So this morning I woke up, got out my tent, hit this, and all the water, not all the water because there's still lots of water on top, fell all over me and all into my tent. So I got a nice cold shower this morning. I went and had a hot shower, thank goodness. One of the good things is I'm not riding today, so I've got normal trousers on. I'll have to put my boots on though because this ground is soaked. They're so wet. They're dry now, but they've got to wet. They smell like cat piss. That's not very nice. Oh. I'm hiding in my tent. I can't think why. Oh, surprise! It's raining again. Oh, what a morning. I am showered. Just haven't dried my hair yet. I don't know if there's any point because it's just going to get wet again. God, that was a nice wake up with cold icy rain this morning. And then what happened? Oh yeah, and then I came over to do my washing, and the one washing pod that I had split everywhere, all over my tent. So that's two things that have happened. I'm not looking forward to the third. I'm currently hiding in the laundry room out of the rain. But I did have a really good thing happen this morning as well already. And that is that Lynn, who rides a Canam Spider, I think, who reached out to me through the Canam Spider and Riker group, who I was going to meet way down south, is going to meet me at Kilkee tomorrow, and we're going to ride together, and she's going to bring her tent, and she's got it all planned out where we can go and what we can do, so I can just follow behind, which would be amazing because I'm struggling. As if you'd seen my earlier podcast, you'd know that, not podcasts, you know what I mean, video diaries, you know that my hearing aids broke before I came away, so I didn't have them with me. I rely a lot on lip reading anyway, even with my hearing aids, and this is my only sort of glasses that I have left, and these are very vulnerable because if you saw yesterday, the other ones are boogered. So it's going to be really nice just to sit back, follow her, and just relax a bit and just ride. Hopefully we'll have some sunshine, and hopefully number 3 bad thing won't happen today. I would like to go out on the ferry, out to see the Cliffs of Moher, and maybe go to the caves if they're accessible. And Tom told me about something else, a Neolithic site, but I'll have to ride out to that and to the caves, so I'll have to get my riding jeans on later, and hopefully it won't be too bad. Very cloudy at the moment, very rainy, but hopefully things will brighten up. Let's see what the day brings. So it's taken me hours and hours to upload yesterday's film, or to just save it to my phone. I've had to delete loads and loads of apps, doesn't have enough storage, and then every time someone texted or messages, or my phone wanted to send me a message, it couldn't upload because it would say you have to keep Movie Maker in the forefront. I was trying, honest. I tried all last night, I tried all this morning. Finally I've got it done, so that's cool. What else have I been up to? Oh, I got ready to go over to the ferry, put my camel back on, had a slurp of water, and discovered that the washing powder liquid pod had gone all over this and in my tent as well, so that was nice. Mouthful of suds this morning. I sat waiting for the 2 tumble dryers, and I went to open the one with my sleeping bag in. It was just as wet as when it went in, and then realised I hadn't pushed on or start, so that was good. Nowhere to get breakfast here, nothing I can eat in the shop apart from lots of chocolate and crisps, but I have not succumbed. I've just been over to book my ferry and asked if they do gluten-free bread there for sandwiches, toasted sandwiches. No, they don't. I said, can you do some chips for me then? Because I don't do chips till 12 o'clock. So had no breakfast. I have had a cup of tea here, just £1 on this side, so that was really good. And yeah, and I just went to the ferry place to try and get a ticket. I said, right, I don't know what I want. What are the tours to the islands and the Cliffs of Moher? I know I definitely want to go there. So they reeled it all off about the big island, small island, blah blah blah, and I just looked at her and went, I'm really sorry, but I've got FND, like functional neurological disorder, can't even say it properly, and fibromyalgia, and that's just completely gone over my head. I usually have a carer for things like this. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? I usually have a carer and I'm out on the road, but that's the struggles I have. Anyway, I felt like a twat. I wanted to cry, but I didn't, because it is what it is. It's acceptance. And then I said to her, right, so if I go to one of these small islands on the ferry, I've then got to get off, wait and do whatever I can do on the island, and then I've got to come and find a ferry to get back on, to then go to the Cliffs of Moher to then get. And they went, yeah. I went, I'll just go to the Cliffs of Moher, because I can just get on the ferry, go round for 50 minutes and come off. I'm really thinking I ought to go and get some food first though, because you know I'm not very good with boats. It is now, I don't know what the time is. I think, it's 11:15. I'm going to have to jump on my bike quickly, go into town, get something to eat and try and get back for 12. It's pushing it, but I'll give it a go. Well, this is a nightmare. Absolutely nowhere to get anything gluten-free in Doolin other than cakes, chocolate, crisps. I've just come up to the Doolin cafe. It's now about 11 rather, and they're queuing at the door. So I don't have time to wait there. So I'll get back on my bike, ride back to the campsite, have a cup of coffee. I haven't even got any waterproofs on. It's starting to rain. Bugger. I thought this was going to be a nice peaceful ferry ride. Don't mind admitting, I'm a little bit scared. Well, I think there's a very good reason why I couldn't find breakfast this morning, because although I'm only supposed to eat flying your stomach for travel sickness, I think if I had, it wouldn't be inside me now. I don't know how I kept hold of my tea and coffee. That was a really, really rough crossing. But was it worth it? Yeah, actually. I didn't think it was going to be, because it's just cliffs, right? But actually there's something quite magical about them. There's a lot of history. So I think, yeah, it is worth it. I don't know that I'd gone and seen them from the top. About 1.5 million visitors a year ago, and in some of the pictures that I took, there's like tiny little dot pegs on top of the cliffs, and they're people. So that'll give you some idea. I think they're 702 foot high, and we were in 120 foot deep water as well at one point. And I'm feeling a bit anxious today. I think I overstretched yesterday. It's triggered off my FND and fibromyalgia, which makes me more anxious, and so I'm struggled to find my ticket. Knew I was going to lose it, didn't get organised, but a lovely lady called Kate, who I'd met in the coffee shop from New Zealand, helped me. So that was quite embarrassing, and bless her, I was going, I'm so sorry. She said, it's fine, everything's coming out my bag, my panty liner, you know, all the stuff you don't want people to see. But I found my ticket, and then we get on the ferry, and then they give you the emergency talk. And then you're like, get a bit anxious then. And then you take off and you're like this. And I wanted to keep looking at the horizon, because I know that's good for my seasickness. But when I was looking out, I was at the back of the boat, but outside a bit. When you were looking inside to the front, the whole boat was going like this. So that really didn't help. And I think the only person that realised how terrified I was at first would be my son, who sat next to me on roller coasters, which I absolutely hate. So yeah, I had to do lots and lots of deep breathing, lots of in the now, lots of Karina. If there's an emergency, then panic. But right now, there's not. There's nothing wrong. And you know, now I'm thinking, oh, if only Andy was here to hold my hand. And I thought, he is there with me. And I felt him holding my hand and calling me a soppy date, and everything would be okay. And at one point, I think I had Andy, my nan, my granddad, and my Uncle Jim with me, keeping me safe, keeping me calm. And all was good. I'm back. It was raining just now, but the skies are now blue. I don't really feel great up to riding, but I need to go and get something to eat, and it's only a couple of miles into town. Having said that, on the way back from trying to find somewhere for breakfast this morning, I was on a bridge and trying to move over for the oncoming dust cart, and I've scraped on the side of my mudguard thing against the wall. It doesn't look like there's any major damage, so that's good. But anyway, I'll go and get something to eat and then see if I feel up to going on to the caves or not. We shall see. Oh, I do like good news. Just sitting by my tent, because it might be the last night I'm going to camp in it. Just got another message from Lynn saying that her friend is going to put us up in Dingle for a couple of nights. And and then I presume maybe I'll be going then back to Lynn's for a night or two, and then I've got an offer of accommodation in West Cork and East Cork and at Dublin. So hopefully my camping's over until my first night back at Wales, and then from Wales I've got accommodation all the way over into London, down to Wiltshire and into London. So that's really good news. I've got all my washing done as well. I'm just hoping that it'll be dry, and I put my tent away tomorrow, so it'll be nice and dry, and maybe I'll get a chance to air it a bit today as well. I'd also like to say thank you to Donna and Lee through Bunker Biker for offers of accommodation. Unfortunately, I'd already gone through Northern Ireland, and the other one was a bit too inland, and I've been meaning to mention you for a few days. I'm sorry, but I had to keep writing your names down and I kept losing everything, but I've remembered now, so thank you very much. It's really kind. And I'm now off to try and get some lunch. So I found somewhere, McDermott's pub and restaurant in Doolin, and I've just ordered a big goat's cheese salad. Oh, I'm so looking forward to some fresh veggies, really am. And there's free Wi-Fi here, which is great because I've run out of data. I think it's my Relive and my YouTube and my maps, just using it all up. But thank you, Terry, for topping me up again. That was really yummy. Things are quite expensive here in Doolin. I mean, that was just over £15 for that. But do you know what? Oh, I needed food. It's 2:30 and it's the first time I've eaten today. I'm getting quite good at this intermittent fasting, Mark, even without trying. And there you go. I'm losing a bit of weight, so that's good. So I'm here. I made it to Doolin Caves. It's only about 4 or 5 miles up the road. As I got up after eating, I felt a bit wobbly, but I thought that's alright, I'm going to sit down to ride, so that's fine. Anyway, I can't get in here. I could, if I was more healthy. It's 120 steps down in one go and 120 steps back out again, so it's like 6 stories of floors down and out again. It's got the Europe's biggest stalactite here, so it would have been pretty amazing to see. And I used to love caves, you know, I just don't know, the cold and you're under the earth. But it's not for me because there's another 80 or 90 steps inside the cave as well, so there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to manage that. But I did get to see some goats, so that's rather cool. And yeah, I might now just go and try and find the other there's a Neolithic site that Tom told me about. Right now I'm not going anywhere because I thought I'd be good. I'd actually padlock my helmet to my bike, but this just isn't working. Help! Obviously not meant to travel anywhere right now. So for whatever reason, I obviously wasn't meant to go to the Neolithic site at Doolin. So I'm now back here at the tent. I had to put my helmet over my passenger foot peg so it didn't drag on the floor, and I bet I got some real looks and thoughts, people going, look at her riding that helmet and posing, because that's what I would have been thinking, riding along with a helmet on the side of your bike. But there you go, that's me, judgmental. So I'm down to one broken pair of glasses, I have no hearing aids, and my helmet is fastened to my bike. So I now need to find a locksmith or someone who's good at picking locks, or some wire cutters. I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee. Do you know what? The sun's shining, that's the bright thing. The sun is shining, so I'm going to open the tent for as long as it's shining. I might even get my air mattress out and lay in the sunshine for a bit and give my tent an air. And the other good thing is that Lynn's friend, Michaela, who we're going to stay with down Dingle Way, is also going to come and ride out with us too, and she's on too, so that'd be amazing, all girls together. Last day of solo riding for a while, yay! So I got my black decaf coffee. Cannot tell you how much I was craving sugar, chocolate, sweets, but I haven't succumbed. I'm a day clean. Because it's not going to change anything, is it? It's not going to bring anything back. It's not going to bring Andy back. It's not going to change what it is. It's just going to make me worse. And I'm not going to press the pause button on alcohol, cigarettes or sugar. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take a walk down to the the rocky crevices overlooking the sea, and just breathe in some sea air. and get some photos for you. So this is the Burren coast. It's protected. There's always limestone here. It's very hard to film and not get people in. You know you're not allowed to do that. But there are some rocks and that down there to the sea that I'd like to go down, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get down there. If I would, I wouldn't be able to get back up, and I'm not going to chance it after today's day. But here's a funny little thing. You know when you're walking across the car park and somebody waves at you and you wave back, and then you realise that you're not on your motorbike. You've never seen them before in your life. They've never seen you before, and they're waving at somebody else. Embarrassment. Want to go and stand on that island right now. What a difference the sunshine makes. I've got everything in my tent, everything airing. Wouldn't it be nice to stay out here all night? For there be no rain and be able to stay out here, it would be amazing. You know, down at the beach I managed to find a flat stone that I could lie on for a bit. Not too long because it started to hurt a bit, but it wasn't too far. It was right near the edge so I could get out to it. Right near the edge of the road, I mean, not the edge of the sea. So yeah, I laid on that, but I slipped going over to that and coming back, so just so I didn't make my way down to the sea. I've come back, I've got my bed out, sun cream on, hat on, shorts on, and I've just gone and spoken to the bloke who owns and runs the site and said, have you got any wire cutters at all? He's just come and had a look at my lock. He said no, it's just not having it, so he's gone to get some wire cutters for me, so hopefully I'll have a helmet back soon. That would be good. I've actually come out to try and find some food, but not being very successful. But I ended up here. But I'm going to have to head back because I've got no service, so I don't know where I am. I have to get back, and I haven't got much fuel. Again. Come to O'Connor's to try and get some food because they do a vegan curry that I thought would be quite good, but oh my god, it's like a bar. It's absolutely packed in there. I've asked someone do I to go and order food at the bar. I said, yeah, you talk to this woman, she gives you a seat and then you can come and order at the bar. And I asked this woman for a seat, she just ignored me, and then I was just getting in the way of everybody, so I just come out. Perhaps I'll go without food tonight. So I just found somewhere to eat. The Ivy Cottage, absolutely hands down best place to eat in Doolin. Vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free options. Good attitude from the staff, and food was delicious. And we might as well end the day in the same way as we started. Night night.